thoughts before you guys got on the road?
It was fine. Yeah, the last 2 days have been good. Guys seem to be pretty fresh and certainly playing like they're excited. So yeah, the practices have been good. We took Sunday off, obviously, and then we went pretty hard yesterday and backed off a little bit today, but we were able to work quite a bit on pin and guarding their actions because they do it different than anybody we've seen all year.
What can you tell us about Azubuike?
I'm encouraged. I really am, and I'm not being overly optimistic. He's been on the court the last 3 days. Today he ran on the court and stopped and started and changed directions and things like that, but still not 100%. But they say it's one of those things that it can get a lot better in a very short amount of time. So our hope is that he could be available Thursday in emergency type situation, but the reality of it is probably not going to be able to practice before Thursday. And I've never liked playing guys before they practice when they're coming off an injury. And but if he can be available maybe on Thursday and then practice on Friday, hopefully have him at least for some extended minutes on Saturday if we're able to play.
Thoughts on Penn?
I was really surprised when they showed up on the 16 line, and after watching them, surprise went to anger because they're not. I was told by somebody yesterday that we're the least favored one over a 16 team in the history of the tournament. And if you look at their BPI, their 100, their RPIs, 120 and stuff like that, and you stop and think about, well, Iowa State's 144. So they could beat us. They could. They've got good enough players. They can really shoot it. They defend extremely well. Don't give up easy baskets and don't give up threes. And they run stuff like you would anticipate a typical Ivy League school to run. If you think of Princeton with the Ivy League and Cornell when Steve was at Cornell, a lot of dribble at back cuts, a lot of screen away back cuts, a lot of things that nobody in our league does. So it's a quick prep but yeah, they have our attention.
Does that make what you talked about the other day, the go out and take it instead of trying to protect something, more important against a team like that?
Oh well, I think so. I mean the big key this time of year, in my opinion, and we've had great runs in the tournament where we played well, and then maybe have one game where we don't. Of course, the one game you go home after is the key is to play with a sense of urgency, but also play really free and loose. And hopefully, after the Big 12 tournament, that will give us some confidence to be that way.
Can you see that in practice?
I have the last 2 days. Yeah, I've seen it the last 2 days. I still wish that the thing about our team, sometimes the unknown is greater with us because the unknown is whether or not you make shots. Where in the past, we knew we were going to throw the ball inside in the first 5 possessions of the game. They were going to get paint touches and all that stuff with our bigs because that was how we wanted to play. And we've changed so much that it still comes down to, you got to step up and make some semi-guarded shots, and certainly the majority of your open ones.
You are on Kansas soil.
I think that playing at home is obviously an advantage. Playing in Kansas City was a huge advantage when we played Carolina a few years ago and we're down 15 in the first half. Playing Oregon last year in the Sprint Center was not an advantage because the more shots we missed, the basket shrunk on us, and guys felt the pressure of playing at home. But over the course of time, you'd much rather play at home than not at home. So even though this isn't home for us, I would think that we'd have a good turnout, and hopefully it'll be somewhat of a home court advantage.